Post Brace, Highway 31, Highway 280 at I-459, I-59 north of Trussville. Expect slowdowns I-65 north and south through Shelby County due to road improvement work. Slow it down, buckle up, and drive carefully. From your traffic center, I'm Obey.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
People always say, Ryan, why don't you take it easy? Relax a little bit. Well, that's what the Staples Easy button is for. Just press it for quality products, friendly experts, and services like print, travel, or shipping, because we can't do it all. All right, guys? Thanks, Staples. That was easy.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you
Okay.
It's Breaking Bread with AJ and the Chubb Father on Talk.
Oh yeah, can y'all text me that so I can when I do the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second.
Out on that.
That's perfect. All right, Mike's hot.
I'll tell y'all what. A world economist, I am not. But I'd be real surprised if there weren't some small nations that had a smaller gross domestic product than some of the total number of cars out here at Motors on Main from Ma Bank and benefiting Addie's Big Army. This is the Breaking Bread radio program on Talk 99.5. AJ, JD, the Chubb Father, all these folks in downtown Leeds hanging out. It's a nice turnout so far, AJ, and it's very early.
Yeah, I can hear all the commotion in the background. I was up on the trying to get up on the stream so I could see, just to kind of get the vibe of what the atmosphere is. But I could already tell that it is a already good event. I mean, come on now, Leeds, that district right there is already beautiful.
Absolutely.
And then on top of that, you got some good, nice looking cars.
Absolutely.
And 3 is benefiting a great nonprofit in Addie's Army.
Absolutely, and they're going to join us. The founder of Addie's Army is going to join us a little after 6:30, so we can chat for a few moments about what this. Man, I tell you what, it's been a minute since I've been out here, and to Leeds to the downtown area. We used to come out to Rails and Ales quite regularly back in the day with the food truck, and they continue to just reinvent it and make it even more beautiful and keep a lot of the historic charm that's here. And there are literally hundreds of super nice cars, foreign cars, classic American muscle, convertibles and sports cars, and Maka. It's crazy. But let's pay some bills. Thanks to Tony and Amy, the folks at Vapor Forge, for helping us bring you today's show. Highway 280 next to Bailey Brothers Music. If you smoke cigarettes for way too long like I did, stop. Simple as that. Just stop. You got to put your mind to it and put them down and do it. Just put them down and do it. Get all the information you need at vaporforge.com. Shout out to Lonnie's Furniture Company for providing the furniture at the Redland Rifle Studio. If you're looking for some great adult furniture that's super well made, go check them out there in Kimberly, Alabama. Over an acre of inventory under one roof. Some of the best selection of Lazy Boys I've ever seen, if I'm being quite honest. All the information, Lonnie'sFurnitureCompany.com, LAUNIUS FurnitureCompany.com. AJ, tell the people something about Crocker Moving Services.
All right, man. Crocker Moving Services. I'm just going to go ahead and just tell you this. If you need a good moving company that's honest, that is upfront, that just does it like they say they're going to do it, then you're going to love Crocker Moving Services. Eric Crocker served this country as a Marine and then took those experience as a Marine into the moving industry and created Crocker Moving Services. And so you already know when you see Crocker name splatter on top of those trucks or all over those trucks, you already know you're going to be in good hands. So if you need a good moving company, reach out to the moving professionals. That's crockermovingservices.com, crockermovingservices.com. All right, so first of all, I want to shout out Mobbing for allowing us to be at the event today. I'm looking at JD and Will. It looks very nice. I'm seeing some beautiful cars kind of behind you guys. That's a nice, some pretty cars. I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted there. But the first story I wanted to mention, and Will brought this to my attention yesterday. We didn't get a chance to talk about it. But if you're in Helena, Marco's Pizza closed its doors.
I'm so shook, man. Like I really am. Just with, yes, they're a chain, but you put them up against the Domino's, the Pizza Huts, and the Papa John's of the world. Give me Marco's every time,
or give me death.
Well, no, I can live with
No,
that.
that's that's the other thing.
All right, I got a little patriotic there for a second.
You did, but it's understandable.
I mean, it really is. Look,
that was like my go-to place was Marco's, and then All Original. My wife and I would kind of go back and forth between those two. Definitely enjoyed Marco's Pizza, and I hate that they're going to be gone. I wonder what business is going to get in there and
probably
take over
Polo's
that
Pizza.
space. Marco Polo. Oh, okay.
We've had we appreciate it to the folks who make decisions out there. We've had a couple folks reach out to us and ask us if we were interested in the spot.
Hey, that would be dope because that would be not too far from my house. So, that'd be perfect.
And look, the next time you and G go into the original pizza place, man, to get them folks on the show.
I've been trying to meet the owner of All Original there because I think they do the one there and the one in McCullough as well too, and I've been trying to get them on, and then it's just trying to get them at the right particular time for them to actually be there. So definitely working on that. So, and matter of fact, if you're listening, go ahead and shoot us an email or go to breakingbadradio.com and go ahead and set up that appointment. So
I feel like Scott's about to bomb our
he can't get
our
enough.
stream here. He can't.
He can't.
There's a microphone right there.
Microphone right there.
All right, moving along real quick. So DJ Mustard. Now, we mentioned him before on the show. Now, if you don't know who DJ Mustard is, he is a record producer. He's done some big songs. One of his biggest ones is with Kendrick Lamar. You probably saw him along with Kendrick Lamar during the Super Bowl, the big game. Well, he is the chief mustard officer for Heinz Mustard. I don't know what the chief mustard officer is, but But I guess it is to create a new flavor, which he did. Which I don't know what new flavor of mustard it could be, but I guess if you want to try it and see for yourself what it is, there are only a couple of places you can actually get the mustard, and it is at. Let's see. Oh, you can go to Walmart. You can go to Target. You can go to 7-Eleven. And you can get it on Amazon. Now, I haven't bought, like, condiments on Amazon, but I guess you can. So, but, yeah.
Condoms and mints.
You can get it in a Bentley.
Condoms and mints.
Yes. So that voice that you just heard is Scott, from the vice president of Mob Inc. And Tom, the president of Mob Inc., actually shared something with us earlier.
Oh, no.
And
Oh, God.
I understand that your actual name is Big Richard.
Yeah,
and I know
big Richard.
I would much prefer if you would sit like a lady.
Yeah, well,
Not the bit.
what's my last name? Speaking of, what's my the hard part is what's my last name. You know,
Oh, gosh.
think about that.
Right.
Ouch.
Rumpelstiltskin over here.
Pierce.
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 Big. Oh, okay.
Oh, he got it.
We're not finna-
Hey, well,
Mama.
what do they call that
Oh,
thing? The Prince Albert.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Jacob Ladder.
No.
Anyway, all right, let me finish up real quick as we get some of our guests in. Hibiro, the gummies, coming out with a new shape, which they haven't done in a while. They teamed up with Linkin Park, the band, and now they have Linkin Park shaped gummies, which is basically just instruments. And then finally, there is a new romaine lettuce that's coming to stores. It's probably GMO. That you don't even have to wash, which I don't understand.
Motorboat Maine?
Probably so. So, yeah, if you don't wash your veggies or your fruits, well, after you get them from the grocery store, you're crazy because everybody and their mama be breathing and
Filthy
touching
animals.
and coughing and sneezing and wiping boogers all over them, or rubbing their crotch on them, however they want to do it, whatever floats their boat.
Dang.
But,
Whoa.
yeah.
Whoa.
That's
I mean,
nice
hey,
to
I'm
serve on a Chub Father cheeseburger.
Hey, man. Pause,
Yes.
man, pause.
But yeah, so you can get this new romaine lettuce that you don't even have to wash at the stores near you. All right, if you don't know, now you know.
There you go.
What I do know is that if I'm ever going to get that wedding invite, he's going to have to pay for next day air shipping and Saturday delivery. I think it would have just been easier to put on a stamp.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to take his current ride down to Craig and Keith and the guys at Birmingham Broker and let them sell it and get one of them fancy rides that they've got on the website that's super fast and just get it to us quick, fast, and a hurry tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you don't know, we're talking about Darian, who's supposed to be getting married tomorrow, who has not given us an invitation to his wedding. Yeah, so maybe he's doing the whole Bonnie and Clyde kind of reenactment. And he needs to get a car from Craig and Keith from Birmingham Broker.
Yeah.
So they can do a quick getaway.
I think I saw it down in the street. It was flowing around. It was blowing around when we were parking a car a while ago.
My invite? You didn't pick
Here
it
in-
up?
Here in the main street in Leeds.
No, he kept it for himself.
Sorry, guys. He lost it.
I mean,
BeHandBroker.com for the best way to get rid of your ride. BeHandBroker.com. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll just continue this free-for-all Friday out here at Motors on Main in Leeds, Alabama. Some great food trucks, some great restaurants, the Chubb Brothers Cheeseburger Boombox.
And the chili and the Philly cheesesteak from the Chub Father.
Yes.
I got to comment on that.
Yeah, well, wait till we get back. There's a process to this. We got to take a break. It's Talk 99.5, Breaking Bread. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to Breaking Bread on Talk 99.5.
Welcome back in to Breaking Bread Radio right here on Birmingham's Real Talk 99.5. You would think that all those tunes is coming out of the back of somebody's car
Or like a trailer.
or a trailer. Maybe a DJ set up. No, sir. That's a motorcycle.
It's a motorcycle. It's 28,000 watts.
That's insane.
28,000
That was a
watts.
motorcycle?
That was a
Wait, that was a
motorcycle.
motorcycle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Oh my
that was.
gosh.
And it wasn't cranked up to like 4.
And the thing is, it felt like they were right there, right next to you guys. Like,
I mean, that thing's as loud as Oak Mountain used to be.
They're literally
Wow.
like 10 parking. That bike is parked like literally 10 parking spaces over from us.
really?
It's because
so
of
it's
these
that
super
far
high-end
away.
mics we have.
Yeah, I just ran over and told him to turn it down. So.
He did. He did.
I know you didn't say it like that though.
No,
I
King-
did.
He did. Went over there and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna kick this bike over if you don't turn that down."
I tell Skylar that all the time. He's a police officer, by the way. So
the one with the motorcycle.
I said, turn that thing down before I have you arrested.
Citizens arrest.
I'm gonna write you a citation.
Yeah. Consider yourself citationalized.
All right, so why don't you tell everybody real quick, for those who are on their way home and they might want to stop by and check you guys out, where you guys located at right now, JD and Will?
Go ahead, Scott. You were going to answer it?
Yeah, Scott knows more about it than
Or
we do.
Scott.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the main street in Leeds on Highway 78. We've closed off both ends, and there are cars everywhere. There's all kinds of cars here, guys. But it's a great place tonight. We've got, obviously, JD and Will here, and you, and we've got some food trucks. We've got the bar is open.
There's a bomb pop.
I was just getting ready to say, I actually
There's
walked
a bomb
past-
pop here.
I actually walked past the bomb pop
Yes.
section in the grocery store today and almost copped the box.
And the bar's open. So one thing about downtown Leeds is the entertainment district. So you can go in and get a drink, and you can walk the streets.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Can you do that anytime or just today? Like
Anytime.
okay.
Anytime. So there's a lot of people here. We're having a good time. Come down. There's
And how long
lots
you're
of
going to be
cars.
out there till?
We're here till 8 o'clock.
I got 2
Till
kids
8
here
o'clock,
too. I don't
okay.
know where they are.
They're in the bar.
Oh,
I took
all
her in
right.
the bar earlier.
Oh, okay.
They're
Well,
safe.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're okay.
look,
There's eyes on them.
The
they're
youngest.
not
won't
going to
let
get very far
anything
with
happen.
Catherine anyways. So
We got eyes on them.
They'll bring her back.
yeah, they can bring her back.
We got a black SUV following them around.
Nice. So,
right,
and this event is that you have now here, Mob on Main Street. What is it benefiting?
So this time it benefits Addie's Big Army, which is for childhood autism. As we spoke last night, that's the charity on for tonight. We're going to try and do a charity each time, a different one. But tonight we're doing donations to Addie's Big Army, and we've raised a pretty good amount of money tonight. So
That's awesome.
Nice.
I like the little Mob Inc. VIP area y'all got going on over there
thing's
with the
packed out. I
rope
don't
that
know how many
roped off.
VIPs are in there though.
What's really funny is that
Rob
like,
Conrad's over there.
it literally has,
He's the only one.
it literally has red rope. It is a full scale VIP.
Yes.
So speaking of Addie's Army, I'm going to turn this over. I just wanted to say hi to guys and thanks a lot, but I'm going to turn it over to Chrissy with Addie's Big Army.
There you go. We appreciate you, brother. So y'all come on down.
All right,
There's still. Go ahead. Sorry, AJ.
No. I was just gonna give out the telephone number while the transition is happening right now. 205-545-9950. That's the telephone number you get in, or 205-44-BREAD. You can also check out all of our wonderful sponsors who are able to allow us to do this program, Breaking Bread. And we just want to say thank you to everybody who's tuning in and checking us out and all that good stuff. And I mean, I'm kind of jealous because I'm sitting in this room and I'm looking out the parking lot, and the only car I really see is my awesome tan Focus with the presidential tint. And I'm only looking at a small little area, a little box area of cars. And just from what I'm seeing, I could tell that there are a lot of like sports cars, really nice trucks, you know, some old school. Like there's one, if Will kind of looks, if you checking out on the stream, if Will looks like, see, over his left shoulder, there's like a blue car that's kind of like behind him with the trunk open. It looks pretty nice. It looks like one of the old school cars that I like.
Oh yeah, and there's a Rob Conrad's Packer convertible is actually parked behind that, and that thing is big, long, and gorgeous. We're gonna walk around after the show's over with. I'm gonna go live after the show's over with, and just give everybody a little peek to the rest of the cars.
Now, real quick, what about parking? For those who are coming out there, is there a nice little area to park at for people to, little parking area?
I'd be lying if I told you that I knew.
So I parked.
Okay.
They made me park my truck because it doesn't have a bumper, like 7 blocks away. So it was,
They let my truck right in.
Did they?
Yeah. It was towing food though.
Oh yeah, well that's a little bit different. I guess I should have pulled my AR out and they'd have been like,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
That would have got some attention.
Note to self, next month.
Yes.
No, it's not bad. I mean, there's people are parking on the side of the road and everything, but I mean, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a great evening, it's not going to be too late. The weather is holding off pretty nice. It's for a good cause for Eddie Armory, which we're going to be talking to them here pretty soon. Go check this out. It's a great little, it's a great event. Cars, food, booze, all that good stuff. I mean, what else can you ask for, right?
Couple hot guys sitting here doing a radio show under a tent.
Super hot.
Super hot.
I mean, literally super hot.
Yeah, like literally.
JD just drank a bunch of water.
Sweaty, super hot.
Yeah, I mean, I've had like nine bottles of water.
Yeah, we're not talking about like sexy hot. We're talking about just like hot.
No, it's. I'm definitely gonna keep my shirt on.
Like if I was walking around, I would need baby powder. Otherwise, it would just smell like bacon.
Gross.
We're going to take this break, and Chrissy can't wait to join us when we come back from Eddie's Big Army. You're tuned in to the Breaking Bread radio program on Talk 99.5. We'll be back right after this.
It's hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I have a habit from time to time of being way too honest with you. And I'm going to be way too honest with you now. There is a large portion of you, myself included, you're in no shape to be getting up on your roof and checking it out if you think that you've got some damage. You got you got water coming in from the roof and all those things. Don't do it. Doesn't matter how high your roof is. There's a real good chance you're going to fall. And nobody wants that. So leave that to the roofing professionals. And the best roofing professionals I know are the cats at Noto Roofing, because Noto knows roofing, Noto roofing.com. Tell them the Breaking Bread crew sent you and get yourself a worry-free, hassle-free roof evaluation and tune-up. And we're going to be sitting down and talking with those guys here in the next couple weeks. And I think we're going to have some big things to announce. And it's going to be pretty cool. NotoRoofing.com, Noto roofing.com. We are joined right now by Miss Chrissy. She is the executive director. I haven't even been drinking. I just can't talk. Of Addie's Big Army. Welcome to the Breaking Bread radio program. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I don't blame you. Sorry. Tell us a little bit about Addie's Big Army and why you guys are out here and why Mob Inc. is so passionate about supporting the cause.
Yeah, so Addie is actually my daughter. Addie is autistic, and she was diagnosed at 2 years old, and she has what I would call the hard kind of autism. And so for our family, for many years, Addie was very self-injurious, aggressive, and constantly escaping our yard and putting herself in harm's risk. And she does not speak. And so for many, many years, we were very hyper-vigilant, just trying to survive, I would say. But we did have faith, so we prayed a lot. And in 2015, we launched Addie's Army to serve God by serving special needs families. We knew that our why would always stay the same, but our what would change as we experienced different things along the way. And we did things over the years like respite. We send families once a month to a restaurant and give couples $150 for a nice restaurant, and then we give them a check for their sitter. And that's just a way to cultivate those relationships and give them just a little bit of time to themselves to breathe again. We build fences for families who can't afford fences, and they have children that will elope their yards. We've done a bunch of things like that, but in 2018, that was when we had a really big paradigm shift, and Addie began to communicate for the first time.
Praise God.
Through spelling. And so it was the day before her 9th birthday that we were sitting beside her, had no idea that really she was in there. And she was in the middle of a lesson with her tutor, and she smiled at me really big, and she spelled her first poem. Do you mind if I read it to you?
No, please.
So her first poem said, "So music really plays as the American eagle soars. I can send new airs to air, never to have my soul care. Me, God, open my mind, steady my heart. His need will call. Are some still lost? I am autistic and free." And I fell apart.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I was violently shaking. I couldn't walk for like 2 hours. I describe it to people now as the awe and the fear of God, because I had never experienced a miracle that big.
Wow.
I'd had dreams that she was in there, but it was in this moment that I just had this feeling of how good God was and how much He loved us.
And she was in there the whole time.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And then she looks at me as I'm crying, and she spells, "It's okay, Mom, I'm in here."
Wow.
And so after that, yeah, it's incredible. It really is. It's still sometimes will choke me up talking about it. But I began to get to know her for the first time and ask her all the questions that you would ask the first time you saw your child if they'd been abducted for 9 years. And, what do you love? What do you hate? And, found out that she felt very alone. She put friends at the top of every Christmas wish list, the one thing we couldn't give her. And she talked about how she would walk in a room full of people and how give her. And how she felt like a ghost. And so for us, it was just that stark reality that we had underestimated her. And she had felt unloved because the world didn't see her. And come to find out, Addie wants to be a missionary. She talked about how she wants to go to Africa with 500 Bibles and leave her mark on the world. And so when her dad and I started asking those questions, which all special needs parents ask, who's going to take care of her when we're not here anymore? Who's going to love her? Who's going to keep her safe? Because we know kids with disabilities, there's a high abuse rate. But now we're having to think, who's going to purpose her? Who's going to give her purpose so she can live out her God-given talent and her calling? And so that's what led us on the hunt for the greatest residential and vocational community in the United States, which is Brookwood and Georgetown outside of Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And we went on a tour. I describe it to people as the breath of heaven. The second I walked through, we fell in love. We knew that it was love at first sight. You could feel a tangible presence of God when you walked through the doors. The citizens, that's what they call their adults with disabilities. They were making beautiful products, all kinds of beautiful things, and they were so proud of their work. And Brian and I looked at each other, and we knew we would do anything to get it back in Birmingham. And so we did. We replicated Brookwood and Georgetown, and that's when we went from Addie's Army to Addie's Big Army in 2023. So that's who we are. Our mission is to create a very purpose-filled environment and to change the way the world views our population. Basically, when our kids graduate, there's nothing for them. They call it the black hole because it's like you have all these supports, you have all these amazing services, and then you graduate, and then it's kind of like, here, good luck. And we have created a space for our adults to come in and to make beautiful products and to have safe housing. And so if you check out our table, you can see all the products that they're making. And, you know, our citizens are coming just like Addie. She struggled a lot, but once we started giving her purpose and talking to her differently, she's amazing.
That's
I was gonna say,
unreal.
I'm not crying
Goodness.
over here.
I'm not crying.
I'm just trying to find
Man.
some words to
Right.
talk around my emotions.
I didn't realize this is going to be an onion festival.
Yeah.
Who's
Man, they got onions out there too. Because I mean,
Wow.
like, man, like
God,
okay.
They're coming from the Chubb Fathers
That's
food truck.
unreal.
Oh, God.
Are they? Okay.
That's his.
All right. Will's wearing sunglasses for a reason.
Yes.
Apparently.
Okay. Before we go any further, I want to tell you this. We're not a big fancy restaurant by any stretch of the imagination. But I absolutely would like to get with you and donate some meals for you to send folks our way.
Sure.
To take care of. I also want to take care of some of their babysitters as well.
Awesome.
And if there's ever a need, you guys want to have a sensory night or something like that for a place for the parents can come and bring the kids with them and do the things that we're supposed to do to make it comfortable for everybody involved. I'm more than happy to shut down the restaurant for a night and
Wow.
and do that. I'm not a man of a lot of means, but you had me at hello, so like let's get it.
Yeah.
I
Now,
feel
let
like
me ask
I
you
feel like
this,
my store would not be conducive for that. I'm
But you
just
have
saying.
you have a big warehouse in the back. You could probably
yeah,
put like a big screen back there and
It's
maybe do
true.
like movie night.
It's
you
true.
know.
It just wouldn't work well.
chocolate.
Yeah, I don't think
chocolate.
I don't think a sweatshop is
Right.
is the type of product making.
Could you imagine the parents
talking about?
Could you imagine parents dropping their kids off at Redland Rival?
Yeah.
Like, wait, I don't know about this. That's
Now,
unreal. It's incredible, though.
Thank you.
Wow.
When you talk about autism, are you talking about the wide? Because I mean, that spectrum is such a wide spectrum.
So let me clarify that. So Addie does have autism, but Addie's big army is all disabilities. So we have adults that come in with Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, cognitive delay. So any type of intellectual or even physical disability, we take all citizens. We do have some with autism. A lot of places won't take our adults with autism, and so we are inclusive to all. So we do take, we have so much variety in our citizens, and we love them all. They bring so much personality and love. One of the things I didn't mention is Addie actually spelled about us building this community for many months before we even considered it. And when we would ask her, like, what do you want us to do for your people? Because she would say, build a place for my people. And she would spell, more love is all you need. And I was like, that's too easy. And looking back now and like looking at what we're doing, it's everything. Because no matter what we do, we could have all the money in the world or all the expertise in the world, but if you don't have love, it's nothing. And so I tell my staff every day, like, we're putting our love on and we're not letting that go, because Addie's right, more love is all you need.
That's beautiful. Our shirts at work, like our standard uniform shirts, just says love everybody.
Oh, I love that.
Nothing else. Just
yeah. It's so simple but so profound.
It is. And you know, and it's our front door says everybody welcome.
Yeah.
And it's not a thing that you see very often. And I have more people comment on that act of kindness,
right,
as much as anything else that we do. And it's such a simple thing.
Yeah. And we are currently, our next step is we're looking for property. So we plan to build a cafe and a retail store. So our cafe will include coffee, a coffee type shop, the pastries they make, some simple meals, and attached to the retail will be the items that they create mixed with items from market. It's going to be a very bougie, high-end market.
Right.
And that's going to be where we invite the community in. We see our cafe being a place where people come in and they feel and find the presence of God and love. You know, they come in, they embrace our citizens, and just being there, we see small groups and people just coming to fellowship.
Wow.
Yeah. And if people want to help, and maybe they want to donate or maybe even volunteer, if that's a possibility, how can they get more information for the organization? Oh, looks like
we just took our
some,
microphone. No, we're good.
Looks like we have some technical issues. All right, how about this? We're going to go to break. Let's carry her over to the to this other commercial. Go ahead. Did you talk about Noto real quick?
Yeah, we did Noto.
Will?
Yeah, we did Noto already, so we're good there. But no, you're right. Let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll get this. We'll get our technical difficulties worked out over here, and we will bring her back in for the last segment. Make sure that. Listen, I believe. Oh, update. The young man whose wife needed to get to California. That you guys were amazing. She's out of surgery yesterday. She's actually up and walking around today.
Really?
So that's everything went super well. It's fantastic. We appreciate. We know that there are people of means in our audience, and if you want your legacy to be that of making a difference, when we come back, Chrissy is going to tell you how you can help them do that. And I know that there are folks out there that have the property that they need, and God will put it on your heart to take care of that. And I believe that we can make it happen today. On the radio. So you're listening to the Breaking Bread radio program on Talk 99.5. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to Breaking Bread
Mike's hot.
Welcome back into the Breaking Bread radio program, live from Motors on Main in beautiful downtown Leeds, Alabama. We're sitting here
Man, I'm
chopping it
hearing
up.
thunder out here.
We're sitting here chopping it up with Miss Chrissy from Addie's Big Army, sharing her testimony and her story, and it's an amazing thing. I can't wait to get you on. We're gonna have to schedule you to come and sit down on the show with us so we can give you a full hour's
love
worth of
to.
time. That would be amazing. I'm gonna reach out to AJ to get on his show. How did you guys? Where does the tie-in with Mob Inc.
Yeah.
come from?
So, Mob Inc. has actually been a big part of Addie's Racers. Addie's Racers, I want to say it started back in 2017. That was our first year, but it's an event out of Barber Motor Speedway, and it's what we call a ride-along race program. So people bring their cars. We have a couple of Addie's race cars that are wrapped with our logos on them, but people bring their cars out there, and our special kiddos, they line up and they jump in these cars, and it's an opportunity for people to bring their cars and ride them around the track fast. You can never go fast enough for our kids. And Mob has been a huge part of that. They have jumped on board pretty much the last few years, and everything that we've done, they've just been a huge advocate to just help us reach our goals.
If people want to help, and whether it be donating land or donating $5, what's the best way for them to do that?
I would say to go to our website. You could always reach me, Chrissy at addiesbigarmy.org, but our website has the opportunities. We have emails on there. We have donation buttons there. We have an online store if you want to just purchase our products. But yeah, if there's any opportunities for properties for sale, you can reach out to me from the website or one of my team members. We'd be happy to be in connection with you guys.
That's amazing, but I'm telling you, there's somebody in this listening audience that has the ability to give it to you.
Yeah, 100%. This is a big operation, though.
It's a big
I mean,
operation.
just y'all's website looks amazing.
Yeah.
And just is the main picture here, it looks like it's a gala or something. Where was that at?
So we had an annual art auction every
Okay.
year, and basically we take the citizens create beautiful art, and we work on it all year round. And then every April we go and we have an art auction. 300 to 400 people show up, and they auction off their artwork.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
so last year we were able to raise about $488,000.
Holy smokes!
That's all. I mean, this is like black tie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's nice.
Looking at it, it is like.
Yeah.
they're-
Can we do our show from there next time?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Come on. And our
I've got a
citizens-
black tie. That's it.
Can I borrow it?
You can rent one. Our citizens come in on a red carpet. They lead us in prayer. They're our keynote speaker. Our mission is to really make our citizens famous. You know, with Addie telling me she felt invisible, we immediately said that's never going to happen again. All of our citizens are going to feel like the most famous, loved person on earth. So when you get to come to our events, you'll see that firsthand.
That's unbelievable. That's so awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, goodness gracious.
I'm excited. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to meet you and talk with you.
God works in mysterious ways.
Man, it takes
right?
a lot to make me not have words to say.
That's true.
Like
That's
a
very
lot.
true. Yeah.
I generally I make cheeseburgers and talk mess for a living. You know, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that story's absolutely.
It is.
I mean, like seriously, I'm not a super emotional guy, right? Generally, unless I stub my toe and I'm by myself and I cry. But like, that's like chill bumps.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
100%. Like that is just absolutely unreal.
Yeah.
And I mean the amount of energy and resources, just from y'all's end,
Yeah.
right? That has to go in this. It has to be unending.
It's unending. It keeps me up at night.
And you know, listen, I don't know when the last time. I'm sure it wasn't that long ago. But you know, your daughter clearly seems like an absolutely phenomenal human being. But I gotta just hug your neck and pat you on the back and tell you
Right.
that like you are the absolute bee's knees of parenting. Fan freaking tastic. Like the ability to learn and stick and move and change and adapt, and It's an amazing quality.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we're getting shown up here a little bit, parenting wise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty damn good at.
My kids were just in the bar.
Yeah, they.
So like I don't like I'm a little. You know what? I don't know how I feel about this right now.
That's
There's something about a mom and a dad on a mission, you know,
Yeah.
when life has just hit us so hard. It's like you have to do what you have to do to make your kids successful.
Right.
Sure.
And there's a lot of parents out there like me who are literally not going to sleep at night because they're so fearful about what's their child's next step.
Right.
I just keep thinking about what's that? What was? Is it Awakenings? Is that the movie that had Robin Williams in it? That like they started waking people. Like people, they started. Anyway, I can't even imagine what it was like to go through 9 years of just
Yeah.
and then that moment
And poof.
of
Yeah.
and how do you, you know?
I'm
like-
really thinking more of the accountant and like
Yes.
just a bunch of hackers back there. Like that's what I think they're building.
Like, how do you? I mean, how do you even follow that poem up with another poem?
Oh, you.
I mean, that's
I'm going to write a
unbelievable.
book with all of her poems.
That's
She-
straight from the Holy Spirit.
And she writes very prophetic things. So she has shared some beautiful things with us that if you were to read her writings, you would never be the same.
So that
I'm already not the same.
so that music means we're getting close to the end here. Do you want to
Okay.
give out your socials and all the information again, real quick?
Real quick, yeah.
So you just want my email?
Yeah,
Whatever you want to. What do you want to put out there?
Yeah. So you
Website?
can go to addysbigarmy.org. It's ADYS bigarmy.org. And my email is Chrissy, CHRISSY, at addysbigarmy.org. And look for us there. That would be fantastic.
That's awesome.
Thanks for spending some time with
Yes,
us.
Thank y'all for
absolutely. I'm
having
so
me.
glad we.
I appreciate
Yeah, I
y'all.
look forward to talking to you pretty soon.
I have a checkered past. Those lights just started flashing.
I know, right?
Like
Yeah.
I didn't know if I needed to run or like. Are they,
Yeah, no
Is
kidding.
it finally catching up with me? All right,
Wow.
y'all.
What a great show.
What an awesome show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all for listening. Thanks for giving us another week on the radio. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Count on Talk 99.5 to keep you informed.